All right, hey everyone, welcome to week two. I'm going to try and keep these announcements a little shorter moving forward. We don't have as much to go over, so I just want to look at our week ahead. And remember, I'm always available for questions via email, through any of the discussion boards or announcements, or you can drop into my Zoom office hour or come see me on campus. All right, so starting with our overview. This week, we're going to look at different forms of business ownership. Think sole proprietor, you are the main person running your business. Partnership, pretty self-explanatory, there's a partnership there. Corporations and LLCs, some ways to incorporate a business and protect your own assets, like your private assets. When you incorporate, your business is separate from everything that is in your personal life. We're going to look at some advantages and disadvantages of each one of those forms of ownership. And then we're going to look at some business law, contracts, think contract law, breach of contracts, what needs to go into a contract, torts, thinks a wrong that could be done, and then intellectual property. When we create something, especially if we copyright it, we own it, so intellectual property. And then we're going to apply some of these legal concepts to the real world business. Here's our readings for the week. We'll go into that in a little more in the next section. And then we have three assignments due. So here are our week two readings for both books. One, again, is a paid book available in the library. The other one's for free. If you just have the free book, you might need to do some Google searches or rely heavily on the PowerPoint, okay? And these are your key takeaways this week, right? Not reading the book's chapter beginning to end. We just want to learn what these key takeaways are so that we can apply it to our assignments this week. Here's the presentation. Again, it goes over all of those forms of ownership that I discussed and a little introduction to business law about contracts, torts, and intellectual property. Our discussion this week is where you're going to apply what you've learned to a real business scenario. So I want you to find a real world example online, probably in the form of a news article would be best. Uh, Please cite your source down here. I want the title, source, and date of the publication. A link would be great, a URL so I can read it and give you a grade based off of your analysis of the material you read. So I want you to describe the real world example, apply a legal issue, including the outcome. How did business law apply in the case? And what could the business done to have avoided the situation or better managed the risk? Like always, a reply to your classmate. Remember, your initial post is due Friday and your reply is due Sunday. Then we're going to select the right ownership structure. So I want you to imagine that you are starting your own business. What type of ownership structure is best for the business that you want to start? I want you to discuss liability. That's when you're thinking, okay, like LLC corporations separates all of my personal assets from my business assets, right? But maybe if you're just starting out, a sole proprietorship is best for you if you're not going to scale really quickly. Taxation, depending on what ownership structure you select, you are taxed differently. There could be some double taxation happening. So make sure you check out the PowerPoint because you'll see how to avoid that double taxation. Control. Are you going to have a board that makes decisions for your company, or do you want the sole control? Right? These are all factors that will contribute to the type of ownership structure you select. And then ability to raise capital. How are you going to get funding? Are you putting in all of the money at the beginning? Are you looking for investments? What's your goal here? And then what's one legal consideration important for your business type? This one is a 150 to 300 word written response. All right. And then you need to do an infographic. So pick one form of ownership. I recommend that you do the one that you chose for your selection up here. And then I want the definition, advantages, disadvantages, example real world companies, and then legal risks. Again, Canva is great for those infographics, okay? And lastly, we have a quiz. So this quiz is 10 questions, has both multiple choice and short answers. It is not timed, and you get 2 attempts. All right, and that is our week 2. I just want to highlight one thing, either from the homepage or the announcements page. I posted something today. We have this opportunity that I think is a really good opportunity to partner with the chemistry department. So the chem students are creating a product or a service, and they're asking for business students to help with their marketing plans. You do have a marketing plan as the final project for this course. You have to do one anyway. If you choose to partner with the chemistry department on this, I will give you 20% extra credit. The final's worth 250 points, so that's 50 points right off the top that you get extra. You also have the opportunity to travel to DC for free and compete for $3,000 each. Okay, so basically, you're on a team with chemistry students presenting your idea, and if you guys are selected as the winners, you get $3,000. Everyone gets the trip to DC. So think about it. I think it's an awesome opportunity. Reply in the discussion if you would, or in the announcement if you would like to participate. Um, I see I have a couple questions here. What kind of marketing plan is it on? So our marketing plan is a pretty comprehensive plan that goes over everything a business would need to do to scale. The marketing plan specifics will be dependent on what the chemistry students are choosing as their product or service. All right. So please email me with any questions, but there's 20 spots available. So if you're interested, reply in or reply in the announcement and let me know so I can get you linked up with the chemistry department. You can do all of the work and the meetings over Zoom. You don't have to come in person, but you're welcome to come in person. We're going to try and make it easy on you. And then, yeah, who doesn't want a free trip to Washington, D.C.? It'll be fun. Okay. So make sure you get your response in. All right, guys, I'll see you next week.